All right, recording is on. So for those people who were not able to attend today's introduction webinar to SkyWay Invest Group, to technology and what is in it for you, please share with them this webinar later on. It is going to be uploaded on the YouTube channel. So please share with everyone who is interested. All right. So as always, most of the time. With you today here is Annette. My name is Annette. Originally, I'm from Latvia, but I moved to London 7 years ago. And thanks to one of my friends, 3 years ago, I was introduced to SkyWay Technology. And I kind of took the challenge. I took the opportunity, even though I didn't understand what opportunity that was at the time. And I took a risk, if I can say that, to be involved in something amazing technology that can solve many of the problems. Today, I'm helping the company to build a brand and awareness, particularly in the UK. It's my main market, but also I'm helping internationally. So, as I'm saying, we are one big family. We have one big dream and a goal to achieve. So, we need to be united to get to that dream as fast as we can. So I am applying my sales, marketing, business development skills to this business. So hopefully I'm adding a lot of values to you guys, to who it needs to be added. And I'm looking after also the existing partners and new partners. I'm helping with the presentations and helping to roll the ball from the beginning and helping people to get to the level they want to be as well, as much as I can. Enough about me. The reason why I am so passionate about the SkyWay technology, about this amazing product, is because more and more I'm involved in a daily situations where I need to travel to work, and most of the times I can't get on train. I live in South Croydon at the moment, and I'm using Southern Rail services. Sorry for them, but the services is horrible. I would say sometimes it happens, as in this picture, when the platforms are overcrowded, and it's very dangerous situations, because even the yellow line that they have put, kind of where we need to stay behind it, I don't think it's a very safe. I still think that people, when they're in rush, they don't think, they're not rational. They want to get on a train to get to job because they might lose the job, and it becomes very dangerous. Sometimes I have an opportunity to use the car, but even then I don't know if it's the situation I want to be involved, because then I have to sit in a numerous of big traffic, then air pollution, high fares and etc. I guess mentioned in any case, like I'd say in any part of the life, what we are doing, or we are moving, or we are trying to travel, we will find some challenges. And whichever country you live in, I'm not speaking particularly about London, but whichever country you live in, we have one not one, but a couple situations that can be found in every country. I don't know the country where they wouldn't have a road accident, or they would not have a high fares, or etc. Hopefully they don't have maybe so many strikes as in London, but but it's definitely but some definitely is the situation that we need to think about. John mentioned that there is a problem with the sound. How about everyone else? Can you hear me well, guys? I hope you do. It's okay. All right, perfect. And the project that we are involved in today, guys, is amazing opportunity to change the situation that we are involved in on a daily basis because of the government, or God knows who's else, the problem it is or the challenge it is. But Andrei Havrato is the person that I want you to introduce to. He is the CEO, and he comes from the Ukraine. He is very bright person with loads of knowledge and experience in traditional and not traditional businesses. And he has created the SkyWay Invest Group as an educational portal where he can approach people globally to inform them about the importance to look into a different investment opportunities, because as you know or you don't know, but job today is not secure anymore, and it happened to me. I was working for the company, and I won't mention which one, but I was working for the company as a sales manager, and I thought I'm doing a great job. I was not late for work. I was making money for the company, and I was not doing anything that the company wouldn't like it. But there was a time when I had a conversation at the end of the day. It was in August last year, when my director, like my upper manager, he said that, well, Annette, we need to talk about some things. And I felt that day something is going wrong. And obviously, at the end of the day, we had a conversation, and on mutual agreement, I had to leave the company. And the reason why they decided that I have to go, because they didn't believe that I'm passionate anymore, passionate enough about my, what I was doing, which was kind of partly true. Defense industry was not my cup of tea, but I still was doing my job. So I don't know, by not being enough passionate, is that enough big reason to let the people go? So I started looking into different things that I have around me, and I didn't see when I was working. So Andrei Havrato believes that it's most of the people, that's the problem for most of the people, because we are very focused on security and a comfortable life, and only at the third priority for us is to become rich. Where through SkyWay Invest Group, and also his a private academy. Academy, the private investors he created in Ukraine. It's amazing opportunity to see the world with different eyes, and we believe that this project can help open loads of minds, and especially because the SkyWay is not just SkyWay Invest Group is not just educating people, but also is a trademark of Royal SkyWay system, where we can kind of step into the investment world or start learning about it, and get to know how to do the stuff. And Andrei Havrato found out, or he heard, or someone introduced to the project, and to the person who's also a very important person to know, Mr. Anatoly Eduardovich Unitsky. He is Elon Musk in Belarus, if you know what I mean, because he has created something unique. Unitsky's train technology is SkyWay. And today he is making revolutionary change to how we're going to be moving, around a place or another countries in the future. Well, not in the future, in a very, very close future. So Mr. Unitsky been working for this project for nearly 40 years. And, let's say 30 years ago, when he was promoting or presenting the technology to other people, they thought that he's a young person with very weird dream, and they said like, no, this is something unrealistically. But he saw the things different, with different eyes. He saw where the world was moving, and he said, that's fine, I'm going to be waiting, I'm going to be working and improving my technology, and there will be a time when this will happen. And today this is no more a dream, it's already a reality. You can see a lot of articles, news, videos, webinars online today, where the technology is actually already put together, and some of the technology is up and running. I will come back to that a bit later. But Mr. Unitsky receives loads of awards and certifications in different technical development. two grants of the UN for development, the United Nations. He created some technology that astronauts can use to go to space even today. So he's very well known engineer and technical person, as people call him, also a genius, because if you look at the transport, and you will see it a bit later, you would say, what is this? It's so simple. We put the pillars, put the rail strings, put the cargo, and it's going. It's not. As Mr. Unitsky himself has said, this technology is as complex as a plane. A particular plane he mentioned, Airbus A380, apparently is as difficult and very technical to create as to put together a plane. But then he also said that the plane was put together in 7 years in investing $12 billion and plus another testing. He said we today do the same thing much faster and much cheaper. You can also see his website, unitsky.com. Here you can see that. On this website, you can find out about himself. There are his biography, numerous of patent numbers that you can check on a patent scope, and also all the activities and news that he has been doing since 1960 something around that time, and you read all through up to date. So Mr. Havrato, he approached Unitsky, found out about the project, found out about his challenge. His challenge was to raise or find the necessary amount of money for his test section, because no one is going to buy the transport before it's built and tested and certified. So he needed the money. Obviously, investors wanted a big chunk of his, big portion of his company, or hedge funds wanted to finance debt financing. None of those was enough good for Mr. Unitsky. Thanks God. And he said, okay, I'm going to be waiting and I will find a way. So when Havrato came to him, he said, why don't we do a partnership and I will help you to raise the necessary amount of money by involving people and giving people opportunity to become part of something big. So instead of making rich people richer and poor people or middle class people poor, he wants to make all of us millionaires. How good it sounds? It sounds very good. Some people think it's done realistically, but I think it's very real. And so on the 4th of September 2014, they signed the partnership agreement, and SkyWay Invest Group become a partner for Eurasian Rail SkyWay Systems Ltd. for the next 20 years. All right, that's a great idea, a great situation, because with the Eco Techno Park, once it's finalized and funded, nothing is going to stop. There will be projects coming alongside. And today, the SkyWay Invest Group is the financial arm for SkyWay Technology. So we are helping them to raise the necessary amount of money to build the test section. And here is a little video for those who are here first time. I will show you what I'm talking about in a bit more, digital version. I told you, it's almost the reality. This is, I think, a great video to share with everyone if you are doing the presentation because it gives kind of overview of what we have done so far. However, we have, I think, big advantage, or let's say one of the biggest advantage that we have is we have 4 different types of technologies. If we are looking at the our other companies that are promoting their transport, most of the time they will offer one transport type. We have 4. So we have high-speed train, urban, cargo, and unibike. So unibike is a very light and compact vehicle. It's more for tourist attractions and very short distances, I would say. I can imagine this type of transport implemented in parks where people most of the time walking around and enjoying the view, but they could see the view from above the ground, from 3 to 6 meters above the ground, and I think that would be a great way how to, I think, be more romantic and enjoy the view from the top in the evenings. But also it gives an opportunity to have an entertainment purpose and a design for fitness because we can implement the pedaling. So the person are not too lazy. They can do some sports activities while walk kind of seeing the view from the top. So there could be different case scenarios. However, the transport can go up to 120 kilometers an hour if needed. Because again, who would love to go for a romantic ride and go with the speed of 120 kilometers? I don't think you would be able to enjoy much of the view. So the transport can go, but it's not necessary. Okay. And then I want to jump to urban skyway, which can be mounted and suspended and is designed for short distances, let's say within the city or if the cities are very close to each other. And the speed can go up to 150 kilometers an hour, again, if needed. These 2 technologies are very eco, like it's the most eco-friendly transport because they are using the electric powered generator, as I can say that. So we are not using fuel at all. It also can be used and powered by solar panels. All right, so those 2 are the most popular at the moment, and they are already put up on the strings. They are doing the first testing for urban skyway. Unibike is already up and running since last November. However, both of those transports need to be tested and certified by independent company in order to receive the technical documentations, and so can we go and sell it to any country, to anyone. And it's going to be ready by 1st of July. Remember that, yeah? By 1st of July, that's the latest. We will have the technical documentations for those 2 transports. Then we have the most profitable ones, which is the high-speed transport and the cargo. Cargo is also mounted and suspended with the speed up to 500 kilometers an hour, and it's designed for corporate, for the companies that are trading their goods between the regions, within the country or with different countries or continents. So instead of paying a large chunk of money for third-party logistic companies, and they're paying a lot of money. I used to, do conferences for logistics. It's crazy amount of money. They can buy their own cargo or build their own whole structure. The road. Some companies maybe can come together, so it can be cheaper using the cargo train for many purposes. And then we have the high-speed train, which is the most exciting one, I think, because this transport is designed for long distances, connecting cities, regions, countries, and even continents in the future. And the speed can go up to 500 kilometers an hour. High speed on cargo is still at the moment designed to use the fuel, but just to push the train at a certain speed. Then it changes to electricity as well. However, each country and each project, they need to decide which fuel they want to use to power the transport, whether diesel, petrol, gas, or I don't know what else is out there today. All the transports are very low noise, is safe, is zero risk accident because obviously it's above the ground from 3 to 6 meters, so go up to even 100 meters or even higher for linear cities, but those are a bit more expensive. It's very low noise, so for for high speed train, which would connect the cities, there are beautiful lands and then probably animals enjoying their life. They would not be scared away, and they would not be disrupted, so they can it's safe for animals as well. And it's very cost effective, because I will show you the competitor advantages. Today's technology that we have would cost, I don't know, let's say even 20 million, but that's, I don't know, it's impossible. I think that the average cost today per kilometer is 15 million and above. Our technology would cost from 3 to 8 million per kilometer. So it's our average 5 million that we are calculating when we are, predicting amount of money per kilometer. So again, we need to see which environment we're going in, and what terrain is there, because the biggest advantage for us for our transport is that we can be built anywhere, because as you see, we are not digging new roads. We don't need flat ground. All we do is just put the pillars or like supporters, and there could be different distance depending on the environment. Put the rail strings and the cargo. So it's also the environment friendly. So I think once you understand the best the value and the benefits or advantages of technology, it's pretty clear that it can solve many problems. And here is the competitor advantages, as I mentioned. Here is the magnetic levitation, Hyperloop, Skytrain compared to Skyway. If you're looking at the speed, yes, speed might not be 1,300 kilometers an hour as a Hyperloop is kind of promoting. It's still quite fast with 500 kilometers an hour, and it's very safe. As you can see, we have the very high safety. Cost per kilometer, as I mentioned to you, from 3 to 8 million, comparing to Hyperloop, for example, $100 million. Eco-friendly is all of them. Well done to everyone. But as I mentioned, the biggest advantage for us is that we can be built anywhere. As I say, sea, mountain, jungle, desert, it doesn't matter for us. Where the rest of the transport, they need a flat ground. All right. Therefore, we have so many countries already, showing the interest about the technology, because it's very safe. It's very light. The whole the cargo structure is like they have the metal, to put hold the train together, but there is like the plastic and the wood inside. So it's very light, very kind of, I think, very comfortable, because I was trying one of them. Okay. So what we have done so far, I believe most of people already are familiar with the crowdfunding. For those who know, in a short version, so the crowdfunding is a platform like a Kickstarter, Crowdcube, or Seedrs, where new startup companies can go and seek for funds from the crowd, giving in return I don't know, membership, or if it's some product that once a company goes, once a company becomes real, or they do what they have to do, they, for example, can send you some prototype, or Google glasses, as I think they were sending for those who invested, let's say, over $1,000 and etc. So this is kind of an idea that becomes more and more popular between the startups, because instead of going to big investor and giving them half of your company, you can approach many people and give them, a gift. And why we are using crowdfunding is because, as I mentioned you before, Mr. Unitsky needed to find the right way how to raise the necessary amount of money for the Eco-Techno Park. So this land is, we have given 36-hectare land by the government in Belarus, in Minsk, in Marina Gorkaya, where we are building all four technologies. So the high speed is on the far right, then in two those in the middle is the unibus and the unibike, and on the far left we have the cargo. I've heard from one of the web videos when Mr. Unitsky mentioned that half of the cargo transport also will be ready by 1st of July, which is pretty awesome. And you see this picture is pretty green, and this is how we want to see it. When the government gave us the land, they said, well, you know what, you can take it. Many years ago, we used this land for the army was using this land to test their equipment. So they were doing some, shooting experiment or bombing experiment. I don't know, but basically the land apparently was they thought it was dead and you can't grow anything. Today we proved them wrong. So the last year we started to plant the trees. Investors were going there and planting their trees. We have planted grass, flowers, even tomatoes. We will have lake in there. So we proved that this technology is green and it's not damaging environment, and it can be beautiful. We can save the planet as it is. For us to finalize the Eco Techno Park, we need to raise the total amount of money, $200 million. Today we have raised $27 million through crowd equity funding. So we have more than 300,000 people supporting the project. There are different ways how you can support, but 41% from those people are active investors on a monthly base or in quarterly base or yearly base, but they are investing. And this is the main company. So this is the difference now. You can invest in this Eco Techno Park. There is still a risk because it's a halfway through. But I guess we'll show you this particular slide. So you can still invest in Eco Techno Park, and there is a risk because from 15 development stages, we're in stage 9. So we are halfway through, and we are very close to stage 15, which means the exit plan. Exit to IPO, which is the exit plan within the next 2 to 4 years. So you have an option now, whether you believe in the project and you see what we see, and you can take a risk. It's not risky if you know what you do. So you can take risk, invest today, help us to raise the funds, and you will receive the dividends, lifelong dividends from any project all around the world that will build. So wherever it's going to be in Africa, America, Australia, any part of the Europe, you will be receiving the dividends from all those projects. Once they're up and running, people pay for it, company receives the profit, 20% goes back to investors in dividends. All right. So this is the biggest kind of decision for you to make, but I believe you will make the right decision that is for you. What I can say, when I joined the company when it was the first stage, and it was beautiful pictures, beautiful idea, and there was nothing. We were selling idea. As I used to sell conferences, it was a platform, but it was idea. So for those people who paid me money to get to the conference, they were believing in what I was saying, and they were trying to achieve what they were achieving. So I was the same in this situation. I believed in the project, and I truly believe that this is something that comes that comes along once in a lifetime. All right. So every stage that we're completing means that we have raised enough money, or a certain amount of money, and we have done certain things to move to the next stage. There is a business plan that we can definitely share with you. It's everything in detailed explanation that you can read it through. So then you can take your decision. What I can say, from stage 8 to stage 9, when we moved, the investment went up by 40%. So the value for the shares went up by 40%, I would say, because they will become more expensive. And today we don't have to, it's not necessary that we need to go to stage 10. If we have enough active and we go and speak to as many people as we can, we might jump to stage 11 or even 12. So once the money is in, Mr. Unitsky can recruit more employees to build the Eco Techno Park faster. But the exit plan is within the next 2 to 4 years. All right. I'm just gonna. Oops. Why I can't go back? So this one is the location on the Google Earth. You can type on Eco Technopark Marina Gorka, Minsk, Belarus, and then you will see. Well, I can't zoom it, but once you're in a Google Earth, you can see that this is the land, and you can see that here is the pillars. You know, the dots. The line, the biggest line here is the high-speed train, and you can see on where's the Eco Technopark. There is also the train station. So you can definitely go up and check it. There are no people working at the moment, so you won't see anyone. But yeah, it's not digital; it's real. And this is, I guess, the most common picture that we love to share with everyone, past and today. So as I said, I was introduced to the project with the digital pictures, beautiful pictures, I would say, very good job done with a computer. But on the right side, you can see the technology in real life. And I've been sitting in and touched. I was inside. I have pictures with inside the transport myself, and I did pedaling in a unibike. It's actually, it's real. It's not a beautiful picture anymore. As well as the station and the bottom left, it's a station, I believe, for Unibus, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have a prototype. No, not prototype, but security that is running all around Eco Technopark. So we are avoiding the vandalism, because what happened with the first project many years ago, what happened in Russia. The half of the structure was done. There was a car driving, but one morning Mr. Yunsky came to this section and it was destroyed. So we want to avoid that. Therefore, we have created this invisible wall, but it's very high voltage wall. So the cars, so people, well, I hope people won't go there because it's very dangerous. But if someone wants to do that, it won't happen. And for animals, it's also very secure because it makes some signals, so so we wouldn't injure any animal; they would be scared away. I see people are correcting me. Once in a lifetime opportunity. Thank you. Technopark, good job. Yeah. And the most exciting part, I guess, is also fact that it's not only us anymore, like me, who is me, and that's in sitting in the UK office and believing in the project. We also have very well known and very important and people acknowledging the project and putting their names and signatures on different documents. One of them I adore is Mr. Rod Hook, who is ex-chief minister of South of Australia. He was very skeptical about the project. He really didn't believe that this is something real. So he was flying to Belarus to meet Mr. Yunitsky himself, and believe or not, well, you have to believe, because today he is the MD in Australian office. So he changed his mind completely, and he didn't even believe to himself to what he was believing. Therefore, he was introducing his team members and asking them to fly with different delegations actually to Minsk, and just to see and to confirm, that they see what he sees, what Mr. Yunitsky does. If that makes sense, it's crazy, but the most skeptical person became our first, partner in Australia. How awesome is that? But then, obviously, other countries were following, like Czech Republic, Ireland, Turkey, or else like Norway, Switzerland. Like there are so many countries that are interested, and we have so many leaders there that are, pushing this project forward. But I guess the biggest achievement that we have is with the Indian government. They have signed a contract with us, and so they are not just kind of acknowledging the project. They actually have signed the project with the award, like with the money, if that makes sense. So we have $922 million worth project. They have disclosed information, where they're going to be build it, where they're going to start it, and etc., which is also in news. You can read it through. It's amazing. And the rest of the countries, I believe, will follow very soon. As for example, Turkey, they mentioned that they want to start building by end of the year. Let's see, maybe they are hiding something from us and making it a surprise for 1st of July. We'll see. I'm very excited. So it's just about, it's about you, about what is important for you right now. Are you concerned about your health? Are you concerned about, the planet? Are you concerned about where your kids will live or kids' Are you concerned about, what air you're breathing and etc.? And then think and ask yourself, do you want to live in this environment, in this situation that happens in every day, or you would love to be, enjoying this type of view? Well, in London, I can't bring you the sun, but cleaner air and less cars on the street definitely is something that we can work on. And as a team, we can, go big. We can think big, we can go big, we can go and do the big things. And yeah, so it's your decision. For those who want to know what's in it for you, so as I said, you can support the project today. You can support whether just signing up and saying, yes, this is something that I have knowledge and I want you to look into it. Or you also can help us, to raise the necessary amount of money for Eco Techno Park. So these are the several options that I have just made as a screenshot, but you definitely can go and ask your person who introduced you to this webinar or the project to give you the link so you can go and do the registration and access to your back office, where you would be able to see, what are the amount you need to put forward and not what you have to, but what amount of money investing you can receive in return. So here as an example, well, actually, I will tell you, like 3 years ago, when I joined the company, I invested $200. That was my first investment. And I received 60,000 shares, pre-IPO equity shares in the package. As you can see here, even investing $250, you're not going to get even half of that, what I did 3 years ago. So this is what I mean by saying that, the shares went up by 40%. So I can see the value for what I was investing is going up already. And here, I want to show you that, explain that the company's IP, intellectual property, been valuated already and worth $400 billion. So we have issued the company has 400 billion shares. Some people would say, like, why 400 billion? This is crazy amount of shares. It's simple because on a traditional business, companies would issue or would have, let's say, 1,000 shares. But those 1,000 shares would be so expensive that none of us probably would be able to invest. That kind of project and the business module is traditional to other companies, like probably in Apple or any other company where there were, a couple of investors came together and, build the business. Here we have divided this 400, let's say, or 4,000 shares into 400 billion shares, so everyone can be part of it. So the investment here is not a luxury, it's just an opportunity for you to take and decide whether you want to be part of. So if, for example, the company goes an IPO today, so one share would cost $1, which is very, very underestimated value. The company, like, they could say to you that $1 will cost $10 or $100 or $1,000, but instead of giving you big hopes, they have underestimated one share giving the one share cost $1. So if you invest $5,000 today, you would receive 700,000 pre-IPO equity shares in a package, which the value would be $700,000. Invest 5,000, receive $700,000 worth package. So I'm saying buy something for $1 today and have the value of $1,000 tomorrow. So this is kind of the situation. Yeah, I hope you understand. The other thing is, some people will tell me that, well, I really want to go for, let's say, 10,000 investment because I want to receive nearly 2 million pre-IPO equity shares, but I don't have this money today. That's fine. On a stage 9, we still allow people to invest on a monthly basis for buying the monthly package. So you would pay out your $10,000, $10,000 in the 10 months time, paying $1,000 every month for 10 months. All right. Um, it's I think it's a very good option, and I have gone for this option as well myself. And I know that some people have gone for two options. You know, they bought, for example, $500 package and $50 package, and they're buying both. If, for example, you decide to on the fourth month, or you have on a fourth month the rest of the money, you can pay out on the fifth month. You don't have to wait for 10 months to pay out your package. But I think it's a good opportunity for you to even give someone a gift, 50, 500 package, paying out $50. But that's, again, your decision. I'm just giving you options. Business opportunities. We are not recruiting anyone. However, for those who wants to be more involved in the business, there are opportunities. If you decide today to do the registration and you want to be involved, there's another webinar I'm doing on Thursdays, or myself or Mila, where we will be going more into details, how to do the business and what system we have for you to follow if you want to follow, but we kind of showing you the system that works. And for people who don't understand the word of mouth, I would say I would explain it as word of mouth is the same as selling a place that you attended. You were eating last night, or the movie that you've been watching, or some country that you were traveling to, or agency that you used to travel. This is all word of mouth selling, but unfortunately, most of the time, no one is paying you this on giving you a reward. Our company does that. And first thing, what you have to do, you have to enroll and start earning from day one. So, as I said, go back to your person if you like what you see and you understand the vision and you see the vision the way we see. Ask for the registration link, get your back office up and running, get your referral link, and start sharing the information with everyone today. And if someone says, "Hey, I want to be part of it," you can receive the commission already today. Unlimited earning potential, no level limit, is because there is no pyramid, there is no binary systems or anything else. You can have only first level if you want, and you can have 1,000 people on first level if you want. It's up to you. Otherwise, you can have 1,000 people on a downline, and there's no restriction. So therefore, we have unlimited earning potentials. I've been involved in different businesses where I was restricted how many people I can have on the first level, and then how I need to put the people under, like each people, and how much I can have. That's restriction. Here, you don't have restriction. Put everyone on the first line if you want to. Product proposition, as I guess I was explaining first part of the presentation, is quite straightforward. We have amazing 4 types of technologies for different case scenarios, if we can say that, for different places to be built, and you just tell them, the advantages, and they should see value of it and make a decision as you would do today. And captured audience means that you can approach anyone, even the kid, if they are under 18. Under 18 cannot work or do the business, but they can have an account in our company, and you can invest or buy them X amount of pre-IPO equity shares. The only thing is that the person would be able to access the shares or the dividends once the company is an IPO only when the person will reach age of 18. Till that moment, everything is happening. Percentages are growing. I think it's much better than to open a bank account and adding a little percent from the bank every year. So this is the thing. If you want to know more how to get the registration for kids, let me know later. And what we have today is 7 multiple income streams. Not 1, not 2, but 7. The first one, let's say, is from your network. So Everything purely that you do yourself, you would receive commission. There is a business or let's say marketing plan that also can be found in your back office under, I think it was documents or tools, and then there must be the documents, and you can download the marketing plan. It clearly says, beautiful pictures, again, different graphics where you can have a look what you need to do, what is missing for you to reach the next level. But basically, if you approach someone today and the person is investing $1,000, you would receive a commission of 15%, which is $115 in cash straight in your back office. Once a person clicks I want to buy, you get the money. The other thing is the investment from the purchased amount of the shares. Available only on a stage 9. On a stage 10, there won't be this type of commission anymore. So, for example, again, so the person invests $1,000, you would receive 15% in cash and 3.75 in equity. So just do the calculation. And again, if you have the second level, third or fourth, fifth, seventh, and etc. in infinity, there are different percentages that you receive. So if you are starting the business today, you would receive and unlock first 4 levels. So you would receive 15, 7, 5, and 4% in cash. And there is a 3.75, 1.75, 1.25, and 1% in equity. All right. But this is purely from your network and people who are investing under $100,000 or pounds. All right. So those are kind of small investors. The next is, let's say you have reached a consultant level. Again, you need to read through what are the steps that you need to follow or to complete to become a consultant, which means that you have built your team, you can manage your team, you're bringing the investment in the company, and we see as you as a leader. So then, for example, you say, I want to open an office in some region where we don't have an office. If there is a need and we see the value of opening it, we can make you as a leader, put the strategy together, put the things in place, and we open office for you. Depending on how big is your team, you would get up to 6% as a commission from the investment attracted as a team. Then this amount of money you can reinvest in the business to open bigger office or attend different conferences or organizing the conferences. It's up to you what you do with the money, but that's your commission earned. And then we have project initiation. Let's say you have an office, opened the office in, I don't know, let's say Scotland. I live in UK. So you open the office in Scotland. They don't have a train connecting to London, but at the same time, they don't have infrastructure themselves in Scotland. But you do know the people that you want to present this technology, and they say, okay, let's go ahead. These are the X amount of kilometers. You can go and build it. So from this project, you would get from 5 to 10% in commission again, depending obviously on your involvement in the project. Also involve other people involvement, the lawyers, finance directors, and etc. You would need to share this percentage, but that's your work that you can do. And the other one is from breed contracts. So for people who are investing over $100 or pounds, you would get up to 5% in cash and up to 2.5% in equity. And again, it's available only for stage 9. On the stage 10, there won't be there won't be any more commission given away in equity. Why? Because today the company sees that the amount of money, the amount of equity that we are giving as a commission is more expensive than to give in cash. There is an approximate number. For example, if the person invests 1 million, I think they are purchasing 200 million shares. The person who did close the deal, for example, you opened the deal, you closed the deal, you went to Mr. Unitskis, you signed a contract with them. Perfect. So you received the 5%, which from 1 million is 50,000, $20,000, correct? And in shares, you would receive approximately 5 million shares. So you see the difference from the cash bonus and the equity bonus. So therefore, this is you need to be as active as you can. You need to jump on board if you want, because today is the last opportunity to earn so much. On the stage 10, there will still be opportunity, but so much less. So be on board. And tomorrow, as I say, it's the IPO and dividends. If you invest today, you invest in the main company, receive the dividends from any project, whichever place we're going to be building it, and people will use it. If you wait for Eco Technopark to be closed and then you say, yeah, now there is no risk, I will invest. You can't invest in Eco Technopark anymore, but you can invest in separate projects. Project, for example, in Czech Republic, project in Indonesia or somewhere, but you will be receiving the dividends only from those particular projects. All right, so this is the difference that you can measure however you want. And very important is for you to stay updated, because what we know is sometimes investors are investing and they are no clue what's going on, what's happening, where the company is at the moment, and etc. etc. So I'm trying, my team's trying, everyone is trying to keep seeding the information of the latest news and activities and what's happening in the company. And it's, I guess, the easiest way is to stay updated via social media. We have 5 accounts in different places. Just take a screenshot, do follow us, and put as much information as I can. And, it's easier also on YouTube, for example, for you to follow and see the latest, the videos that we are posting there and share as fast as you can. I think it's a very good way how to stay connected. And 1st of July, this is the time or the date that everyone is waiting, or at least most of the people are waiting, because it's an EcoFest time this year, which means, as I said, everyone is allowed or invited to join this EcoFest, which is in Marina Gorkaya in Belarus, where we have our technologies already up and running and will be tested and certified by 1st of July. So you will see your own eyes the technology. You will see it's coming and going. I'm not sure about trying out the transport, because if we will have like thousands of people, I'm not sure how safe it would be. But again, we can wait for surprises to see. But if you want to be part of it, and you still think whether you want to join the company or not, more than welcome to purchase the ticket. You need to fill up the form, and here is the link. Please, take a copy or write it down. And if you have people or guests that would come with you, please invite them as well and fill up their forms ASAP as well. It's a very exciting moment. As I said, the stage 9 is the most important for us. We have the technology up and running. We will have certified test section. We will have more contracts coming on board, I believe, and maybe by end of the year, we will fund the Eco Technopark completely. That's the prediction at the moment. So, as I say, it's your time to take a decision. And if you decide to join the company, go back to the person who introduced you to this webinar or the company, and ask them for the registration link, and put in this promo code to receive gifts. I would love to keep this as a little secret, but I want to encourage you even more. So today, if you do the registration, the code is valid till 30th of April. But if you do the registration today, you will receive, first of all, you become an official supporter for this company. And instead of just saying thank you and just bye-bye, we will give away 50 pre-IPO equity shares today, and also the educational materials, 8 rules of private investor. I think this is a very useful gift, educational materials. I encourage everyone to look through it and to listen to Mr. Havrato. He gives very good tips and some information for you how to start, I guess, your investors as baby steps to be where he is, or other people that you may be following are today. All right. So what I'm saying is build a skyway and save the planet. That's the motto for us, and let's make it as green as possible. And thank you. With you was Annette Martinson. And if you need any help or you have some questions, please find me on a Skype. My Skype ID is Annette5. And if I can help, I will be more than happy to come back to you as soon as possible. But first, if you have some questions and you have some unanswered questions, go back first to your upper manager because he's supposed to know all the answers. Well, we want to. That's an ideal world, I guess, but he needs to guide you at least, or try to guide you. But if he's not able to help you, then come back to me, and I will see what I can do. All right. Thank you for the attention. I guess now it's your time to ask my questions, and if you have some, I try to give as much information as I can. But if there is anything that you want to know, please let me know. As I said, on Thursdays, I'm doing the webinar, or Mila will do the webinar for those who wants to be involved in the business even more. Here I gave you a little steps, what we can offer, as if you join the company, but there are steps also to follow, how to do the presentations, or maybe you want to become a speaker, or you want to be a leader. So there are different things that I guess you can learn and we can share with you. Because as I said, we do have a system and we encourage to follow the system because it works. How will they power the demo technology in the Eco Park? Are they going to use solar power? No, I think they're going to be using the electricity, the electric powered generator. Solar panel in Belarus, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. First of all, the solar panels is also more expensive than the technology that we are creating today. But it's not going to be solar panel definitely, but electricity. Any more questions? This webinar, by the way, is recorded. So for those who didn't attend today or was not able to attend, please check the YouTube by tonight. In the next 2 hours, I will try to upload it, and then you can share with everyone. All right. Any more questions? No. All right, guys. Thank you for your attention. Please invite more people on Tuesdays that you think would benefit from this presentation. And I look forward to grow the team more bigger and faster, and maybe we can raise the funds much faster than end of the year. All right. Well, thank you for your attention once again, and enjoy your evening. And stay connected. Bye.